Hi, I want to thank Still Speaking Out for finding this. I'll put a link below because I'm going to make it real simple for everybody out there in YouTube land. This is the Associated Foreign Press. This is an article about the Friday the 13th attacks over there in France. I'll put the link below to this article. You can do it yourself. Just copy this first paragraph. You go to Google Translate from French to English. It's right here. The AFP, they interviewed this guy named Patrick, who they say is an emergency physician over there in France, and whenever they interviewed him, he told them that hospitals were mobilized to save as many victims of Friday night's attacks in Paris, an exercise which the ambulance had prepared by chance that morning, meaning that there was a drill the same day that this took place. Now, you either think it's chance or you don't. And if you say this is chance, well, then you have to say it's chance that a drill happened the same day as 9/11. And then you have to say it was just chance that a drill happened during the Boston Marathon bombing. And then you have to say it's chance that it happened that there was a drill happening the same day as the London subway bombing. And the chance of all those being just chances or coincidence is, to me, a mathematical impossibility. And then to add some more fuel to the fire about how this whole thing stinks, here's from The Guardian, September 2003. Nearly 50 years before the war in Iraq, Britain and America sought a secretive regime change in another Arab country they accused of spreading terror and threatening the West's oil supplies by planning the invasion of what? Syria, and the assassination of leading figures. Newly discovered documents show how in 1957, Harold Macmillan and President Dwight Eisenhower approved a CIA MI6 plan to stage fake border incidents as an excuse for an invasion by Syria's pro-Western neighbors, and then to eliminate the most influential triumvirate in Damascus. And we're going to get down to my favorite part of this whole article. The plan called for funding of a Free Syria Committee and the arming of political factions with paramilitary or other actionist capabilities within Syria. The CIA and MI6 would instigate internal uprisings, for instance, by the Druze in the south, help to free political prisoners held in the Mez prison, and stir up the Muslim Brotherhood in Damascus. And what's laughable is it ends with saying the plan was never used. The plan was never used. Yep, and they're right, because in 2003 it hadn't been. But this is exactly how the Saturn scum fake Jews destabilized the Middle Eastern region, which led to the creation of ISIS, which led to what's happening today in France and all over the world with this phony baloney fall guy ISIS stuff. This is word for word how the Arab Spring, which led to where we are today, happened. And so I guess it turns out that early warning Illuminati card deck, the Illuminati card deck, the early warning card, I guess turns out it was true after all. Because looks like that, and you can make the argument, because you got the stupid Pope, right, who says that this was a piecemeal for a third world war, and then you got Chuck Norris saying that World War III started Friday the 13th. So one could argue that something really awful started that day. And while we were all looking, well, I can't say everybody, but while I was looking over for the space junk to hit, this happens. Because now they've got a perfect excuse to run over there and to bomb the hell out of Syria until Damascus is blown up as prophesied. And then you have, because even Francois Hollande, the Prime Minister of France, I saw it in mainstream media, saying he's thinking about constitutionally changing the Constitution, in order to keep things safe. So now they got a reason for the governments globally to do that. And my final and third favorite thing about this whole thing is how you have it also in the mainstream media that half the governors are saying no refugees, no refugees. And then you have people on YouTube saying, yeah, way to go so-and-so state for standing up. The governors are politicians. The politicians are bought by the Saturn scum. The politicians are being told to say what they're saying. This is a divide and conquer. This is a Civil War II separation inside the United States of America. And you can't make this stuff up, man. One of the places that this took place supposedly was a concert hall featuring the band Eagles of Death Metal. You can't make this up. I like their little Saturn picture right here. I saw this on the news, literally. Them showing this on the news. I just started laughing too. I mean, I'll put a link below to an awesome video from Occult Science about this stuff. But there's something I want to add to it. This here in the background is from a game called Asteroids. Anybody who plays the game knows exactly what I'm talking about. The game sucks. Well, it doesn't suck, but it's awesome. Makes you want to pull your hair out. It's really funny because supposedly when all this stuff goes down, it goes terrorists, asteroids, and then the UFOs. Eagles of Death Metal. God, seriously. All right. Thank you to my subscribers for watching. Because that's what we're doing, man. Just like Steve Miller Band said. Fly like an eagle into the future. Right? Because that's what we're doing. And it's here. Okay. Thank you to my subscribers again.